Hey everybody, this is Rob at Kiwi Garage. I'm going to do a whole story on how to automatically and automate my rabbits. What I have is I have New Zealand Whites and New Zealand Reds pedigrees that I'm raising. I have an automatic watering system that they can have their own water automatically, and they just touch their nose against it and it automatically feeds them. This one here is coming for some water right now. This is a pedigree red New Zealand meat rabbit. It's hooked to this automatic system right here that lowers the pressure and brings it over from the garden hose, and it's connected to the rabbits, each kennel or cage. I have the breeder reds in this one. These are the breeder reds. That's the mum right there with her 4 babies. They're pedigrees, and these pedigree babies basically bring a good price. They're for meat rabbits. And then we bred our New Zealand Red with a New Zealand White, and we got a combination. This is our New Zealand White male right here, and then we have a New Zealand pedigree male right here, and then in the the crossing of them we came up with New Zealand Black, which is these guys right here. And basically black and a few reds are in the mix. So my whole YouTube video on this one is going to be how to automate my system by making and creating an automatic system for my breeders, because you can't put too much food in my breeders every day because they grow too big and they're too hard on breeding. This is the cage, totally automatic on collecting the poop underneath, totally automatic on the watering system. And what we're going to do from now is just go in and we'll work on a process of how I'm going to create and develop my automatic system. Okay, so what we got is in the rabbit cage we have the rabbit coming to the feeder, and my goal is to be able to not go up there every day and put feed in this feeder. I have 4 different male and female breeders, and then so what I'm looking at doing is creating an automatic system. What I have over here is a small motor that makes 360 degree turn all the way around, and then cutting holes, 4 holes in the top of it. And then I found this fish feeder motor at the fish store at PetSmart, and I decided to get a piece of PVC and cut it into 4 equal little containers, and then turn that 360 degrees so it collects the food at the top, and at the bottom it will drop the food down into one of the little collectors. And then right above it is a bigger barrel, like a big plastic tote filled with the food, and then this just comes down and just slowly connects with a rubber seal just to be able to collect the food. And then this is actually not touching at all. This is in the middle, and it makes a 360 degrees. As it goes around, it drops each portion of food down each hole, and then individually feeds the rabbits in their houses. That's my idea, and then just a few ideas of how to create it or build it. To do the woodwork of it. Over here I have to have another dropping mechanism to the babies. So here's 4 or 5 different ideas. I'm going to get into the from the drawing position into the creating position. Right here with the automatic connector on the outside, my goal is to take that plastic piece off and then return it to maybe taking the PVC. So what I did is I grabbed a piece of 3-inch PVC, and I cut a little connector on the side of it, and as you can see, this piece comes off, which is the bowl, and then there's a rounded piece exactly the same, which will fit on the top of this size absolutely perfectly, like this. And then that there fits perfectly inside it, which now spins that cavity. And then my other goal is there's a small drain pipe fitting that fits inside. You can get from Home Depot, and it fits inside a pipe. My goal was to put a bearing on the end of that, and that will go into there like this. And in a minute I'll show you how we can put this together, and that squeezes in there. I'll just grab this quick Coke can and use that as a rough bearing housing in there. Taking the fish feeder and mounting it perfectly inside that piece of pipe, and then I'm just using a Coke can as a bearing until I make the stand. What I'm going to do is, if you push the button right here, you'll see it makes a complete 360 degrees, and it'll return back up to top dead center. I don't know if the motor is going to be big enough for this project, but because it's already built and it's got the automated system in it, and because it's already completely established, I'll start with this motor, and then if I need to, I can change out the motor in the future after I build the housing. So as you can see, one push of the button, you can set it to 12 hours or 24 hours, and then it turns completely around. As it goes to the bottom, it drops the food out, and that's my start of my process. My goal would be, I've got a bag of tricks right here, just a few bits and pieces from Home Depot. Right now I'm about $38, maybe $40 into this project, and there's these patio door bearings. They come in a packet like that, and they have a patio door, and they have a bearing in it. The patio door bearings, what I did is I went ahead and bought some O-rings, and in the O-ring kit I put 2 of those on the bearing, and as you can see right here, there's a bearing with 2 rubber O-rings on it, and my goal is to put them underneath this, maybe one like right there and one at the front, which will hold up the weight. So the weight is actually supported by bearings, and they'll spin, and then none of the pressure is on the power of the motor. It's all on bearings holding up the container inside of this device. You can see the bearings in location right there, and they'll hold it up. So now this will be supported with a piece of black dust stuff that you put underneath the door.